this week's affirmations for self-healing. Today's topic is immortality, so it should be very interesting. I really want to see what Shamini has to say about the subject.
And I'm the chosen one to go first.
Yes.
So let's see what happens.
So we'll start as usual with a chant, and I'm very glad Lahiri Mahashaya is here with us today, because this chant that we're going to do is one that so we hear Lahiri Mahashaya used to play in his ashram: no birth, no death, which is very appropriate for today. And we'll do it a little bit different in the sense that we'll do a couple of extra verses that usually are not played. So no birth, no death, nor cast have I. No birth, no death, nor cast have I. Father, mother, have I not? Father, mother, have I not? I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. Mind nor intellect nor ego feeling. Mind nor intellect nor ego feeling. Sky nor earth nor metals am I. Sky nor earth nor metals am I. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. Beyond all fancy, formless am I. Beyond all fancy, formless am I. Free from dreams of all earthly life. Free from dreams of all earthly life. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. Bondage I fear not, I'm free in thy joy. Bondage I fear not, I'm free in thy joy. Free, oh free, Lord, free in thy bliss. Free, oh free, Lord, free in thy bliss. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. No birth, no death, nor cast have I. No birth, no death, nor cast have I. Father, mother, have I none? Father, mother, have I none? I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. Mind nor intellect nor ego feeling. Mind nor intellect nor ego feeling. Sky nor earth nor metals am I. Sky nor earth nor metals am I. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. Beyond all fancy, formless am I. Beyond all fancy, formless am I. Free from dreams of all earthly life. Free from dreams of all earthly life. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. Bondage I fear not, I'm free in thy joy. Bondage I fear not, I'm free in thy joy. Free, oh free, Lord, free in thy bliss. Free, oh free, Lord, free in thy bliss. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. I am He, I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He.
And sitting up straight if you can. Gaze up at the point between the eyebrows. And just offer the devotion from our hearts. I am He, blessed Spirit, I am He. Enjoy that freedom from that understanding. And with that freedom, let's join our palms together and offer a prayer invoking the presence of the Masters to be with us. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother,
Kind Mother,
Friend, beloved God,
friend, beloved God,
Great Masters,
great Masters,
Jesus Christ,
Jesus Christ,
Babaji Krishna,
Babaji Krishna,
Lahiri Mahashay,
Lahiri Mahasaya,
Swami Shri Yukteswar,
Swami Sri Yukteswar,
beloved Guru
Beloved
Paramhansa Yogananda,
Paramahansa,
Saints of all religions,
saints of all religions,
we humbly bow before you
we
all.
humbly bow before you.
Beloved Masters,
Beloved Masters,
bless us with your presence.
bless us with your presence.
Bless us with your freedom.
Bless us with your freedom.
In our
In
hearts,
our hearts,
may we always feel
may we always feel
that immortal spirit,
that immortal spirit,
that blissful freedom,
that blissful freedom,
and your presence with us
and your presence with us
as we move forward.
as we move forward.
Guide our every step
Guide our every step.
and bring us home.
Bring us home.
Om
Om.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And let's just keep our eyes closed for a moment again. Continue to just feel the presence of the Masters blessing us, filling our hearts, flowing through each one of us. In this inspiration tonight, may we feel their inspiration as we come together.
With our eyes closed, let us hear what Swamiji says, Swami Kriyananda, about today's subject of immortality. You are not your body. You are not your thoughts, your desires, your changing personality. Your body has a certain age, but you, yourself, have no age. Your body may tire or become unwell, but you yourself, the fatigueless soul, cannot tire, can never know disease. Tell yourself always, I am a child of eternity. Don't be identified with your outward form, nor with change, but live in timelessness. It is our identity with change that creates the illusion of passing time. Feel that through all outward changes, you, the immortal soul, remain the same. Death itself will be but one more change. Be not identified with it. Then, when death comes, you shall rise in eternal freedom. Om.
All right, so good evening again. And this topic of immortality is, again, it's a very big topic, isn't it? To think of it. I mean, I've always kind of shied away from even thinking about it. I have to be honest. This is the first time I'm actually talking about it. But even thinking about it was always like one of those, it's like, oh, gratitude, practicality, just other things, joy, energy. Okay, I can work with that, the other topics in this book. But immortality, I mean, what do I do with that? And so I've always kind of kept it on a shelf. But actually, thinking about it today, I was thinking for the devotee, which is all of us just aspiring to live a more meaningful inner life, this topic of immortality is actually a very helpful one. It's very useful because, like in the reading, it says, one thing is, I'm not this body, I'm not this ever changing personality, even, or the things that happen to me. I'm not my reactions to the things that happen to me. I am the ever changeless spirit. And so, if you think about it, every time we sit for meditation, even a little bit, whenever we sit, we try to touch a little bit of that changeless spirit. So that's really what it is, isn't it? The immortal here aspect is the immortal soul. And so, even a little bit, if we do a little bit of, if you have Kriya Yoga or even just a basic meditation practice, and you sit in the silence for a few moments, you realize you're identifying with something much bigger than what we've ever known, much bigger than something we can even describe. And it's a very fascinating concept because it's also a very beautiful way to live. So often things happen to us and we are kind of caught by it and we go through tremendous number of reactions even throughout a day. And before we took up meditation, perhaps even more, we were just getting bombarded. At least this is how I saw it. I was just getting bombarded from left, right, and center, and just kind of responding, reacting to life. And then after taking Kriya Yoga, meditating, it's been about 10 years now. So you get to see a little bit of a spectrum. You just realize, if anything, yeah, things keep coming and things keep happening, but there's something that's just observing a little more. It's not participating as much. And certainly there's much more to go. There's much more to, we have to climb that ladder where we are completely just observing the show. And that's the goal of freedom. That's where the masters are, isn't it? They just kind of observe, they kind of take on the body. Yogananda said when he would take on, it was like wearing a warm cloak. It was a little uncomfortable when he would come into a body, but he was always the changeless soul. So it felt for him just like wearing a warm coat in the summertime. So it felt uncomfortable, but he was never identified with that body. But for us who are not masters, this body after a while ends up becoming like a prison. You're meditating, you're trying to just expand out of it, and so often you feel kind of encased, isn't it? And sometimes, let's say, karma comes, emotions come up, thoughts come up that we can't get out of, thought patterns, and you realize, my goodness, how encased I am in this, how stuck I am in this. But that's why for the devotee, this concept of immortality, just a little bit, you detach into a little bit of a meditation practice, and suddenly those things aren't bothering you as much. Those thought patterns, those emotions which maybe were pulling you down or out, are just a little easier to deal with. And they start becoming it becomes a better way to live as we go through life. And so, just kind of playing with this a little, it's helpful for us as devotees to just keep in mind this concept. If it's too big for us right now, which it may be for you, at least keep in mind this fact that I really am this immortal soul that has been going for incarnations, not even just in this life. Even if we look back at our childhood until now, we'll realize there's so many things that happen. And if you really think about it, there was something that was just observing what was going on. It's just that changeless spirit throughout all of the ups and downs that happen. But just to keep in mind as well, there's this one really nice story of Yogananda's, and it's of, I think it was his first Kriya Yoga disciple, Dr. Lewis, in America. And so Dr. Lewis at one point met Yogananda, and he was telling him, the Bible talks about this inner light. And so, do you know about this inner light? And so Yogananda said, I think so. And so he said, well, can you show me this inner light? I think so. He said, well, then show me this inner light. He was so eager. So Yogananda sat him down and helped him essentially experience the inner light. And he went into meditation and he saw the spiritual eye. And it was that day he went home a little late. And Swamiji tells us a story, and he says Dr. Lewis was using dramatic appeal in this story, to make it a little more exaggerated, but yet it is quite fun. And he reached home, it was Christmas Eve, and his wife had been expecting him. And the way he puts it, she was waiting at the top of the stairs with a rolling pin, for him because he had come late. She wanted to put up the Christmas tree with him and all that. And as soon as she saw him, though, she looked into his eyes and she realized he couldn't have been up to anything bad, because he, in other words, looked like an angel, is the way she saw it. He was just completely transformed from that experience. And it is just that, for each of us in meditation, even a little bit, that's where the guru comes in and transforms us. That inner light, that's who we really are. That's an experience of that immortal soul. And the more we get into that, no matter what we go through, people will also perceive that. And we too are able to cope better with life and just live more in that changeless spirit state. So we have the techniques, we have the tools, fortunately, because otherwise, what do you do with a concept like immortality, isn't it? But this is the way to just kind of, for the devotee, keep in mind always behind everything that's going on, I'm the changeless soul. I'm not this experience. I'm not this person. I'm not this limited form going through this experience. And in that, our experience of life can become very inspiring.
Thank you, Shamini, for
Thank
sharing.
you.
And I was thinking about, it's true, it's quite a big topic that sometimes it does seem that is not so relative to us, because let's face it, we are all very much identified with the body, with the personality, with, as he says here, is our identity with change that gives the illusion of time. That's a very fascinating uh, thought that he just put out there. Like, we are so identified with every moment, every little change that happens at all times, isn't it so? Well, certainly when we are on the path, we at least are a little less. We do have more of a long range view of things. But I was thinking immortality, and if you see usually, let's say in movies or books or even stories, when people talk about immortality, they talk about being in the same body forever, isn't it so? They never want to die. That's their version of immortal. I'm gonna be immortal, meaning I'm gonna be in this body, in this earth, throughout eternity, I guess. And that's quite a boring thing, isn't it? To be in the same body for all eternity, for even, I don't know, for perhaps even if it was 200 years. What will you do after some time? It just becomes like so monotonous, everything. So If you don't have anyway, if you don't have something like the spiritual path or something more real, it will become very boring because you'll try everything, get bored with everything, and then what will you do? And certainly we understand on the spiritual path that immortality is something that it is really the soul. And as Shamini was saying, it is so important for us to remember that in meditation we will experience our soul nature the most. And we must experience it in meditation and do our best to experience to whatever degree, as Shamini was saying, the light or the inner joy or whatever it may be, those realities that are always there with us, no matter what, they will always be there with us. Because it's only when we experience them in meditation that then we can experience them throughout the day, isn't it so? That's one of the secrets that Yogananda gave for being joyful in daily life. He says, throughout the day, remember the peace or the joy of your morning meditation and try to bring that in whatever activities you are doing. And that's a way for us to bring meditation in daily life. And that's a way for us to remember the soul in daily life. Now, it is very important that we try to practice this concept as much as possible. As Swamiji says here, that we are not our personality, we are not our path in thoughts, but also we have to remember we are not our mistakes as well. We are not our faults. None of these things is us. And it is very easy for us to get stuck with that, with those things. Oh, I have this fault. Oh, I have that fault. Oh, I did that wrong. Oh, I always blow it in this way or that way. We have to really remember that that is not us also. And yes, accept the consequences, accept whatever it may be, but don't put yourself down. Say, well, okay, this body has erred, this, personality has erred, but, inside, it really doesn't matter at all. It really doesn't matter at all if I excel so much in what I do. What really matters is that I put my best effort, because putting that best effort, putting that great amount of energy will be something that we want to do as a soul quality, because the one has to put energy, but the results don't really matter as much as we think, as long as we are putting that effort. Now, another thing is that it also helps in times of trials, and I have found it helps me more in times of sickness to really practice this. Now, when we are sick, it is very easy to be just identified with the body. We have a headache, we have stomach ache, we have this pain, that pain, we are bedridden. So we are always thinking of the body, suffering, we want to take some, I don't know, painkillers or whatever it may be. But I have found it a very good practice to, in the midst of all that, just really try to feel, to bring yourself back to the spine, or try to think of going through this particular pain with Divine Mother, with God, with the Guru. And you will see that even underneath all the little pains that the body may be feeling, there is some joy there. There is joy that you can feel if you detach yourself enough, or even if you detach yourself a little bit from your own physical body, that there is a joy that is there. And I have found that, in times of sickness, I can think of God more sometimes than when I'm feeling well, just because I have nothing else to do, quote unquote. It's either I'm there suffering in bed or I do something better. And when the good warriors of my mind win and I do something better, I actually, you can find it quite enjoyable. Not that the pain is enjoyable, but just the experience of you amidst of whatever may be going can still remember that there is something higher. And that is really a wonderful experience to have, and something that we all can practice at one time or the other. Now, also, it is very helpful that we remember, yes, we are the immortal soul, but we also remember that others are the immortal soul as well. And in that way, that Swamiji says here, we are not our personality and all these things, that wonderful, we should do that, but also remember other people are not their personalities, they are not their habits. And if you see people that way, you will see that you develop much more in love, that for in kindness, in compassion towards everybody. Because then you realize that, yes, people have traits that we don't like, they are not compatible with ours, but we understand that underneath that, there is something higher. Underneath that, they're also trying to feel joy. They're also trying to feel happiness, because it's the nature of every soul to want to try to feel that happiness, that joy, that peace. And when you're able to detach people from their personalities as well, you can go through life in a much more manageable way, because let's face it, most of our problems are with people, with other people, because their personalities uh, may really irritate us or something or the other. So yes, as though we should detach ourselves from our bundle of self-definitions, let's try to also not see other people in a bundle of self-definitions, because then we are also making their burden even heavier, because our thoughts will affect them as well. If we identify this person is like this, is like that, we also add energy to their own struggle, so to say. As we don't want to add energy to our own struggle by identifying ourselves with our faults or even with our good qualities, we don't want to do it with other people as well. So yes, this topic of immortality is our goal, so to say. It's something that certainly we can see in the great masters. In fact, this chant that we did today, no birth, no death, it is said that it's the words that Adi Shankaracharya told to his guru when they first met, when his guru asked him, "Who are you?" And he said, "I am." He said a very many more words than this, but he was already identified with that changeless spirit. And it seems that yes, the masters have the right to say that, and they have all the power to say, yes, I am the immortal soul. Well, but they have come just to show us also that we too are that, and we too can identify ourselves with that. Now, don't take it to the extreme that some people do, and they will say like, oh, this body is tired, this body needs sustenance, and they talk like that to other people, and that becomes very weird. You can say that to yourself very much. Oh, this body, is feeling tired right now. There's a way to detach yourself. But perhaps to other people, be a little more normal, unless you find it really helpful that, to talk that way. But just be normal, just more within yourself. What do you tell yourself? But also, what do you tell other people too? Master would say, don't tell your faults to other people. Don't tell other people if you are feeling ill, because then their thoughts, even though sometimes they may be good, they will strengthen your thoughts of sickness. They will strengthen your thoughts of failure, because that's human nature. We, even though sometimes they are good intended, just because they are thinking in that way of thoughts or of failure or of sickness, they will strengthen that in you. So some of the things, keep it more for yourself, keep it between you and the divine, detach yourself from the process, and try to see everyone in that same light. So with that, we are going to sing a song now.
Yes.
Would you like to say a little bit about the song, Shamini?
Well, why don't you introduce it a little? But for those of us who are here, we wanted you to also at least follow along with the words. It's on page number 5, and this is a song called Dark Eyes. You explain it a little bit.
Well, this is a song that Swami Kriyananda composed, but it's inspired in a poem that Paramahansa Yogananda wrote about when his mother passed away, and he really was in the search for those two dark eyes of his mother that were a window for him to the Divine Mother, something on those lines, right?
Yes.
So we'll sing it together once through. I've known them forever, they've haunted my slumber, and called to me out of the deeps of space. The love that they promise has helped me remember another time, a caring embrace. Dark eyes in the morning, dark eyes in the evening, dark eyes in the starlight at end of day. Dark eyes that speak silence, they whisper, come find me. You'll never know true love if you stay. Now I seek them in the winter time, oh, I seek them in the spring. Those two dark eyes draw my heart away to where sun and moon sing. I laugh now in the summertime when ripples on the river play. I laugh soaring with the meadowlarks, love has made my heart gay. I laugh soaring with the meadowlarks, love has made my heart gay. I've known them forever, they've haunted my slumber and called to me out of the deeps of space. The love that they promise has helped me remember another time, a caring embrace. Another time, a caring embrace. Now let's close our eyes and we'll meditate now for around 10 minutes. Make sure you are sitting up straight. You can inhale with the double breath and tense the body. Exhale and relax. Again, tense the body, gather all tension, then exhale and relax. One last time. And relax. Now keep your eyes uplifted, spine straight, and let go of the body. In this meditation, in order to touch the soul, it is important that we keep the body completely still. As long as the body is moving, the mind will be moving, and we won't be able to feel the inner presence. So in order to help us, let's do this commitment for at least half of the meditation to be completely still. Even if the body itches here or there, let it be. Just concentrate at the point between the eyebrows. And also let us go through the body first and make sure it's all completely relaxed. And let's also visualize and feel space in the body. So you can start by concentrating on the feet, on your feet. Feel them relax and feel them filled with space and melting into space. They don't exist anymore. They're just space. You can move up to your ankles and to your calves. Feel them momentarily and then fill them with space within and without, but also melting into the infinite. Your knees and your thighs, see that are filled with space. Your hips, your waist, your stomach and abdomen, lower back, fill them with space as well. Your chest, upper back, middle back, and your shoulders are also melting into space. Your upper arms, elbows, forearms, and your hands, they are next. There is all space within them. And make sure they're relaxed. your neck, chin, your face, your head. Now feel that the entire body is filled with space and it's dissolving into space. Visualize you are meditating in space. Wherever you look, in front, left and right, up above, or down below, there's only infinite space. And you are a part of this space. You are one with it. Your body has no more reality. But if the physical body disappears, does this mean that you disappear? What is there that remains when your body is gone? Feel that. What is that aspect of joy that remains with you even if your body is gone? Feel that. Identify your whole being with that. As you let go of the body, as it has merged into space, the atoms have all dissipated, but you are still very present and very aware of everything. Let's meditate like this for around 5 more minutes.
And now, still identifying with that changeless spirit, with inner joy, with inner freedom, let's do our affirmation together. First, out loud. I am a child of eternity.
I am a child of eternity.
I am ageless.
I am ageless.
I am deathless.
I am deathless.
I am the changeless spirit
I am the changeless spirit
at the heart of all mutation.
at the heart of all mutation.
I am a child of eternity.
I am a child of eternity.
I am ageless.
I am ageless.
I am deathless.
I am deathless.
I am the changeless spirit
I am the changeless spirit
at the heart of all mutation.
at the heart of all mutation.
In a regular voice, I am a child of
I
eternity.
am a child of eternity.
I am ageless.
I am ageless.
I am deathless.
I am deathless.
I am the changeless spirit
I am the changeless spirit
at the heart of all mutation.
at the heart of all mutation.
In a whisper, I am a child of eternity.
I am a child of eternity.
I am ageless.
I am ageless.
I am
I am
deathless.
deathless.
I am the changeless spirit
I am the changeless spirit
at the heart of all mutation.
at the heart of all mutation.
Now silently take it deeper within. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. Now silently at the point between the eyebrows, take it up to the superconscious. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. I am a child of eternity. I am ageless. I am deathless. I am the changeless spirit at the heart of all mutation. And silently you can offer this prayer. Wherever my body travels outwardly, let me feel thy changeless presence within. Wherever my thoughts take me, let them return always, like prodigal children, to find repose in thee. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. And we wish you a blessed week ahead. I was thinking as well, one practice we could perhaps do, because this is a more difficult practice in a sense, is to really ask for the help of the masters, in your meditation. Like Dr. Lewis said, can you show this to me? And he said, I think so. Let's ask in our meditation, can you help me identify with that soul nature inside? Can you help me feel your changeless presence within? And let's see what response we get from that.
Very nice.
All right. We wish you a blessed week ahead.
Very good.
Jai Guru.